All right. Thanks for tuning in to another. Oh, this is Lance Farsight.
And this is Fillers.
This is Steve Boo.
Thanks for tuning in to another Three Destinos Let's Play of Dark Souls 2.
Let's ride.
All right. In our first one, we went through the basics in the start of this. I designed my sunburned character, and we went to Majula, and we fought a couple people.
Well, we got to Majula, and then you immediately went and retreated and went to another location entirely.
Correct.
Which was awesome.
So I'm going to talk to this guy.
Business with me.
He's going to tell me that there's a person up ahead that got that he wants to get through.
He talks about how there's a person that's turned to stone, and you were very interested. Homeward Bone, that's what it's called. Homeward Bone is the item that allows you to bypass all that bullcrap, and that's the lady.
This is the one.
Who is a statue.
So I haven't really played this game too deeply, but I did play a little bit, and we're restarting so that you can have the privilege of seeing the first beginnings of this game.
The privilege, huh?
Yeah, we're gonna
honor.
We're gonna see about breaking this girl or letting her free or something in the future, and then we'll pull that, and then we'll go in there. I'm assuming.
Yeah, that doesn't actually happen for a while. There's also those doors to the left and right, which probably have some items in them. But they also, you never actually lit the bonfire in Majula. So you might want to just not do it because you might die.
I might die from this guy?
We'll find out, won't we?
No.
You totally might be able to be just fine.
If you like to see Lance die, press 1. If you want to see him go through the door, press 2.
There's no other option.
All right.
There's only one.
We'll sync it up live. Looks like the votes are in, and I'm going in.
He's
All
going
right.
to die.
Apparently everyone wants you to die.
You don't even have a shield. Be careful.
I don't think you should go in there.
I don't think he doesn't really have a choice because he's about to break down that door.
Good times.
There we go. Not bad. And here he comes. Oh, he's coming on in. He's coming in for the kill. There we go. Keep away.
What the hell is that in front of him?
That's his ball sack.
He only has one giant ball.
Yeah, his one giant ball sack.
Yeah, he was a lot more angry than I thought he was going to be.
If you have one giant ball sack, I understand why you're mad.
See all those blood stains? That's from these dudes. I think there's one in here as well, and if I remember correctly, he doesn't actually have a giant club thing of death. Oh, no. There we go. Let him come after you. Draw him out. Draw him out with the power of your persuasion and love and interest, and his ball sack is just writhing at me.
So if you have
writhe with just pain.
Yeah, if you have a body like that, make sure you put some armor on your giant testicle or something, or else someone like me will just come in and hit your ball sack a few times,
destroy it,
and then you'll be like laying there like this,
just
he's crying.
Peaceful. You don't want that.
His nutsack is now severed and is no longer with us.
How else could he fall? He couldn't fall anywhere but nutsack down.
And nutsacks of just terrible agony.
Just the sheer gravity of the nutsack itself would be dragging you on the floor.
Yeah.
I don't know. You think that the nutsack would actually be pulling you on down, and do you think that you might try to go and actually sleep on it, or what? It might be cushiony.
I would like to believe that whenever you move, there's a pendulum type of motion to the nutsack where it helps you move forward a little bit.
Oh, okay. Swing it forward, walk forward with it, swing it forward again.
Yeah.
You don't think that you'd be like, one of those super fat people that actually has, I don't know, a walker, and they're just letting their nutsack sit on it, and they're just kind of strolling it forward. Maybe they even get a baby carrier.
There has to be a point.
And they push it in there?
Yeah, they just push it on in there.
And then they're like, oh, let me see your baby. You're like, no.
There has to be a point where there's a certain type of
what? Use your words.
Bigness,
bigness,
girthiness to the person,
largeness,
right?
Where the nutsack would dissipate over time.
I don't know.
Oh, okay. The ratio of the nutsack to the size of you.
Yes, that's what I would like to believe.
So this is our second bonfire. This is our main one that we're going to be coming back to this city all the time. Blacksmith, another shop back there, a cat that sells things.
Sells various.
Did you say a cat that sells things?
Yeah, there's a cat that talks and speaks and sells you rings and some other magic spells.
You have to talk to this girl from the front. I didn't run into this problem, but Fillers did.
I have about an extra 3 hours my first game because I ran up to her and I didn't actually talk to her from the right side.
He who made.
Can you explain our Estus flask real quick, and I'm going to go through this.
Bearer of the curse.
Okay.
Seek
Oh,
misery.
She's busy talking.
Curse
Just going through it.
You're gonna meet a king and you're gonna be awesome.
Yes.
They're so
And you're gonna be like cool,
Once
and
you-
there's
so that
beacons,
hope
and you're
will not-
fighting them, and you're not gonna fade away, and don't turn into a thing.
Snare the curse, larger soul,
lest
seek the
this-
king. She says
There
the
we
same
go.
stuff a lot of times, so it's not like it's, interesting information and you'll never get to hear again. Oh, you don't even have enough souls for to level up once.
So yeah, she's
So-
basically about leveling up,
Yeah.
upgrading your Estus flask, which is a
The Estus Flask is essentially a health restoration technique. It's an item that you can equip, which Lance does not actually have equipped right now. And what it allows you to do is, as the game goes on, you get shards, and you also get like some dragon bones that make it so it's more powerful. But every time you go to a bonfire and you touch the bonfire, your Estus Flask regenerate. It means that, so right now he has 1, he can actually use that item, and it goes down to 0. He hits a bonfire, and he gets it again. So like
So
now
use
he's making
it.
use of it, and now he's out.
and then it empties. And if I needed to heal again, by pressing the down directional pad, I can switch to something else that I've already equipped there. And these are all the slots that you equip. So you could equip a lot of things, but then you have to scroll through them quickly to get healing items and stuff. So just the stuff you're kind of going to use is probably going to be good.
Yeah. So you kind of start off the game, and you only kind of put on what you need in the situation that you have.
Then
So-
you sit. Oh, that's weird. Try tongue.
Oh yeah, so much fun.
So you sit, and when you sit, it gives you, like you said, the refill of that flask.
Yeah. So now Estus Flask is once again at 1
So why is that person not white?
because they're really close to the bonfire. So people who are super close to the bonfire, they actually look more animated because the bonfires give you life. This is the blacksmith dude.
Who are you?
He's
It
rude.
doesn't matter. Just help me open this door. I packed my tools in here, seeing it was vacant. But now somebody's gone and locked.
So what I recommend is, that's not gonna do anything. Go to the left and go up the staircase. There we go. There's a guy up there who's none too happy, and he's willing to invite you into his covenant. Covenants are kind of like guilds in this game, and by performing certain missions or certain acquiring certain items by helping out,
It is a kind and interest.
and at regular intervals, they'll go and they'll provide you items. So, for instance, if you join his covenant, that's how many people have died all together in the game,
Rad.
which is way high.
I am Solden. You probably heard that it was possible to break the curse here.
You heard wrong.
That's
Oh.
not... There's nothing here for you, me.
Or anybody, I get it.
Oh,
Keep
woe
talking to
is
him.
me.
You know much of... Even I'm not... I'm told that the soul is the essence
So
of
until they
life
repeat
itself.
themselves, you can talk to these people a
Anything
bunch and get
living,
items
sentient
or tasks
no,
or other
supposedly
things.
has one.
Yeah, so for the most part,
What we call the curse.
just
Do
wait.
you see what that means? To be alive. We...
And yes, everyone in the game talks very
And
slowly.
that's quite a predicament, really.
I love it.
Has a cadence to
Take
it.
There are 4 beings in this, and wherever you go from here, you each has a powerful soul. If that frightens you, then you ought to just give up right now,
I want to hear him laugh.
like I have.
Oh, not bad.
Good laugh.
Like I have.
Cry out for help. The journey of an... You'll face it if you... When you've protection.
So talk to him for half an hour.
Then you can join the way of the Blue Covenant.
What does that do?
Your uterus glows a little bit, and then you're in.
And then you are now the Blue Seal. So you obtain a ring, enter the Covenant.
That is a wise decision.
So, go.
People...
So now go ahead and equip the ring that he just gave you. So by being in this covenant, the purpose of this covenant is to join, and if someone gets invaded by using an item called a red orb, people will come into your world and try to kill you. And so what happens is if other people are in the Blue Covenant, you will join that world as well and try to help them in vanquishing that foe. So it's kind of like it's a preventative measure to assist and make it so it's more difficult. And so when I played, I never actually joined the Covenant, but I think if you help out 5 people, you get an item. If you help out 10, you get another item, and then they always have 3 levels max. So if you wanted to, in one playthrough, you can play in all the Covenants, and you can max out all the Covenants as far as I know.
Oh, so there are multiple covenants there.
Yeah, there's another one in the city as well. So Also, the other thing, like when it goes and gets all hazy like that,
Uh-huh.
when you ever hit the bonfire, is that actually brings back all the enemies in an area. So all enemies respawn.
As well as healing or not healing, repairing your items, because they're going to get damaged throughout playing with them.
Yeah,
and,
so your
that's
item,
going to fix them.
if you look at your items in the lower left-hand corner, you'll see a little red bar underneath them. And as you fight stuff and attack stuff, that will actually start going down, degrading. And it'll get to a certain point where it'll warn you that it's about to break. And if you do it again, then you actually end up having your item broken, and you have to go and talk to the blacksmith and use souls to repair it. So, what are you planning on doing?
Something else along with that is your agility when you fight and run and dodge. It's going down. It also goes down when you fight, and you won't be able to last long if you just keep mashing these buttons, because it needs the agility to refill to do that, as well as once you get a shield and you blocking, same thing, and when you're dodging to the side or rolling and stuff like that.
Yeah. So, one of the issues that Lance had in the past was that he liked to put up his shield at all times. If your shield is up, you actually your agility or your dexterity comes back a lot slower to the left behind you.
So use it wisely. I was going to go get
To your right. Behind you to your right. There
Behind
we
me
go.
to my right.
Yeah, it's behind you to your right.
Oh.
Yeah, so pretty much what happens is you'll get a shield and you'll use it in fights, but you probably only want to use it when you're defending, and then the rest of the time you want to have it down so that way your dexterity increases faster, your stamina. It goes all the way back to its full amount. Otherwise, when you block items or you block enemies, it actually uses up dexterity and or your stamina. And if you run out, then you essentially become kind of like phased, and you become super easy for enemies to attack you. So it's bad for you to go and do it as well as you can attack if you don't have any stamina.
Makes sense to me.
Does it make sense to you, Steven?
It totally makes sense. Like, totally clear like mud.
It's like,
Clear as mud.
if you're tired, you can't attack. If you're tired, you can't defend. So you got to be careful. You got to defend, but at the same time, you have to, just relax a little bit, get your energy back.
Multitasking.
Yeah,
I
you
love it.
have to use the right options. You have to, figure out how you want to do things and handle things. And I don't think there's anything over there. Whole lot of nothing.
Don't jump into the water.
The water
Yeah.
is most not good.
That's bad idea.
This is probably what this guy did. And he's like, oh, I can go for a swim.
He's like, this
So-
like, oh.
I don't think he saw that. That's where it ended.
Yes. So bloodstains is essentially the last 2 seconds or so of someone's life. So you can watch and see, sometimes if you see a ton of bloodstains in an area you haven't been to before, you're a little bit wary. You figure out that there might be a trap ahead or something else very, very not good happening up ahead.
Let's see if I can navigate this guy.
An area that around this right now is it's super deep. So if you fall in right now, you die.
What was that soul in the very bottom in the water area?
Yeah, you have to come around the other side.
Ah.
If you try to jump,
It's in a shallower area, and
Yeah.
there's a cave around the other side.
so you have to actually go down in order to wrap around. Otherwise, if you just try to go and jump it right now, you'll fall into the water and die.
And die.
Which, if you saw those blood stains, you'd probably see a few instances of that happening, so you don't have to, wait to see if we do something and how we do it. You can just touch blood stains and see how other people died. It's a very useful thing.
Very useful skill. Go to the right.
This is ridiculous, by the way, this whole section here.
Why is it
Um,
ridiculous?
Because there's a bunch of people in it, and especially if you're, depending on what you chose to be from the start, it can get very difficult to fend against 3 people at once and learn how to dodge and move around. So I would recommend for those for those who don't spend a little bit of time battling and getting used to the controllers, that you run over to the right, which there's a pocket right over there next to this. Is it just past that soul or before it?
Just past it.
Just past that soul, and there's a campfire, and then if and when you die.
Well, why don't you just go ahead and do that right now just to show them.
Okay.
So we're going to head on over. We're going to hit our bonfire. And then we're going to take a break. And then we're going to go and show you off on how to do the very first section of the game. Oh, yeah.
So this is the first fighting intensive part that we're going to get into.
And if you hit it again, everyone will get reset. So right now, if someone's following you, you could just run up here, hit them, and then everything gets reset.
Handled.
Nice.
All right. Well,
I love it.
it was great being here for you guys. This is Lance Farsight,
And this is Fillers.
This, Steve.
and we'll catch you next time. Thanks for watching.
All right, later, guys.
Bye.